till the time money and money's worth is going to be there. The relevance of chartered accountant is going to be there.
That AI will take away a lot of CA related jobs.
Now, CA for students is made in such form that the entire study material, RTPs, suggested answers, past examination question, past examination suggested answers, everything is now put into CA student.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, कैसे हैं आप सब? आई वार्मली वेलकम टू योर वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग सेशन, जहां पर मैं एक सेंट्रल काउंसिल मेंबर के साथ डिस्कशन करने वाला हूं वेरियस इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स दैट इम्पैक्ट आर सीए प्रोफेशन एज अ होल। उसके साथ साथ जो सीए फ्रेशर्स है या सीए स्टूडेंट्स है जो बस फाइनल एग्जाम लिख रहे हैं एंड दे वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हमारा प्रोफेशन किस तरफ जा रहा है, व्हाट इज द डायरेक्शन फॉर द फ्यूचर एंड हाउ one of the best organizations, one of the best institutes in the world continues to grow and up itself in terms of the professional landmark or benchmark that we are setting it. And ये डिस्कस करने के लिए आई थिंक सर को इंट्रोडक्शन की तो कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. अ वेरी डायनामिक प्रोफेशनल who has not just achieved success in his own career but also as a two-time central council member. Sir has led many path-breaking initiatives. He was the chairman and the vice chairman for board of studies. जो एसएसपी का पूरा रेवोल्यूशन आपने देखा, इन्होंने ही उसका थॉट प्रोसेस, उसका कॉन्सेप्चुलाइजेशन एंड एग्जीक्यूशन किया है. उसके साथ मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का एडवेंट आप देख रहे हो आईसीएआई के अंदर, सीएजीपीटी, ये भी आप ही के थॉट प्रोसेस और लीडरशिप के अंडर हुआ है. एंड दैट इज व्हाई आई थॉट कि सर से बेटर शायद कोई पर्सन नहीं रहेगा हु विल बी एबल टू एक्सप्लेन टू अस कि जो फ्यूचर डायरेक्शन है अपने कोर्स का एंड अ प्रोफेशन दैट वी आर सो प्राउड ऑफ, हाउ इज इट शेपिंग अप इन द फ्यूचर. एंड ऑफ कोर्स वी आर ऑल्सो लीडिंग अप टू द election season. So let's get started. But Daya sir, thank you so much for your valuable time. I know बहुत busy चल रहा है, but thanks once again.
Thank you, Arihant. I think this is our second conversation which we are having. The moment you called up, I made up my mind that let me have a conversation with Arihant, because so many followers you have, and always there has been a value add which you have done for our members as well as students. So that made me just get tempted to be with you today.
Wonderful. Thanks, sir. So I'll come straight to the point. I think the first question that is in the minds of many professionals, especially those who are clearing the exam now, who are becoming fresh chartered accountants, and also students who are in their final stages, the impact of artificial intelligence on our profession, because somehow there is this thought or there is this misconception that AI will take away a lot of CA related jobs and what we do currently might get automated. But then would like to understand your thought process on how this is going to impact us.
Yes, Aryan, first and the foremost thing, let me start with the statement saying that on this planet Earth, till the time money and money's worth is going to be there, the relevance of chartered accountant is going to be there. Whether it was in past, whether it is current, whether it is future. The human intelligence will never take, never allow artificial intelligence to move forward in a different manner, because ultimately the user of artificial intelligence is a human intelligence only, where I need to know what I need to use. Artificial intelligence is a buzzword across the globe, but the fact is, it's so simple. In a, if I have to say something in a very simple term, due to the advent of technology, did income tax law change? I don't think. Did the company law change? I don't think. Did the GST law change? I don't think. Or any laws, when you talk about, the laws are going to be centric to the issues which are required, for which the laws are being made. Only the mechanism by which the returns are filed, the process has been completed. That is the only thing which is undergoing change. Where today people are thinking that, because of advent of AI, people are going to lose job. The answer is big no. The answer is completely big no. See what is happening. Let us take an example. Artificial intelligence today is talking about historical data which is available on your hands for a very quick reference.
Hmm.
And today the kind of knowledge which has been gained over a period of time, let us take example of our institute itself. We have 75 years we have completed. In this 75 years, I think the kind of information and the kind of process of knowledge which has happened at our institute is not matchable anywhere. When you talk about the expert opinions, when you talk about accounting standard, Ind AS, auditing standards, or whether it is income tax or including GST, the point is that knowledge repository which is available across the board is being consolidated and put into one particular platform which is called an artificial intelligence. Now, this knowledge, if I have to go and access, think about this entire shelf is filled with books. Which book I need to pick it up and how I need to refer to, till the time I don't get experience, I don't understand. But whereas in CAGPT, when you talk about, it's primarily just ask a simple question. I want to know about a joint development agreement. Not only there, but if you say what is the accounting standard talking about, what is the income tax talking about, what is GST talking about joint development agreement, the point is you would have referred three different books. But now CAGPT consolidates everything and puts it in a part A, part B, part C, saying that these are the provisions that need to be covered by you while giving your opinion or taking any decision. Now, that opinion or decision is a choice of a professional. That decision is not given by an AI. Right. The factual circumstances, right, are known to me, not to artificial intelligence. So that is how the empowerment of chartered accountant is going to go up in a different manner. Second important point, how and effectively it will be used. A senior person has lot of knowledge because of his experience. Youngster has speed because they can use technology. Now it is time where the young and the seniors have to come together and synergize their energies together so that the outcome can be much faster, quicker, and more relevant. If I sit with you, you are a fresh chartered accountant, I'm a senior chartered accountant, I had to go back and search the books. Today I'm going to tell that, okay, pull out this information. You can quickly go out, pull out the information, put it in a piece of paper which is in a summarized manner, and then put it before the senior member. The senior member goes through the entire thing. Based on his past experience, he is going to give his or her opinion and put it before the client at a later point in time. Now tell me, where is that situation where artificial intelligence is actually diluting the position of a young chartered accountant or a senior chartered accountant? I don't think. Right? Similarly, the knowledge which has been put in this frame is accessible not only for member in practice. Please understand. It is equally available for member in industry, member in business. These people are the receivers of the service. I am the giver of service. Now the point is, whoever is there, they will prepare themselves very well, put it with their thought, and then go to the expert saying that, look, this is what I think, what is your opinion on? So the quality of discussion which is going to happen post this AI is actually going to go on a higher pitch. So this is where the point is.
It's very interesting the way you explain, and for those of you who have seen our first podcast, sir is very convincing. So anything that he says is so clear and straight that then you are left wondering that, yeah, what he's telling is making absolute sense. And now thinking of it after listening to him, especially for the youngsters who either want to enter practice or who want to enter an industry, and they're somehow scared here, how will I have so much knowledge, how will I remember it when it is required and at the tip, how at my fingertips, how will I be able to make myself relevant? Now with chat gpt or ca gpt, as sir said, you can actually just type in your problem and you can get all the relevant and precise comments or sources, and you can go and use it and show that you are no less than any experienced chartered accountant.
Arihant, 3 points I'll say. Let us start with a member in practice. What CAGPT? Chat GPT is okay, set aside. CAGPT. Now, what has happened is, at our institute, we did one thing is, all the publications of all the committees of the institute are being put into CAGPT. Point number one. That means all my standards, all my guidance note, all my technical guides, all my publications which institute has done over a period of time are put into CAGPT.
Okay.
Now just take an example of income tax. There is a notice received from income tax of our client. Take that notice, attach to CAGPT of direct tax, and just tell it to draft a response to this notice. CAGPT picks up every information of that notice, whether it is client name, PAN card, assessment year, matters, and what are the issues which are being picked up. And those issues which are picked up, what is a reference which has been made in our institute materials or any publications, it is actually putting a response based on that. So you just have to go and edit the entire thing. Similar is the case with uh, accounting standards or Ind AS, right? So technically what is happening as a practicing member today, skilled resource is a big challenge across the board. Let us agree to this fact. Skilled resource is a challenge across the board. Now considering this factor, if you go back and see one proprietor firm or two partner firm versus a large firm, because of this the resource issue has been killed. Take an example of GST notice. It beautifully drafts the entire thing and gives it to you for final vetting, where you just have to go and edit. Now that is one part of the story. Now second part of the story, this is for member in practice. What is member in industry? Member in industry is, we created recently, last Sunday we launched Ind Forum. Ind Forum is primarily a platform where 5,000 listed company financial statement, full annual report are being put into CAGPT, and the CAGPT is further sliced into multiple industry clusters. Industry clusters, banking,
Understood.
insurance, manufacturing, anything. Now you might be working in a pharma company. When you are working in a pharma company, if today you have to do an analysis of what is happening in pharma company, how much time do you take?
It will take a lot of time.
Lot of time. You need to pull out the balance sheet,
Yes,
you need to pull out and then
Do the
start punching
comparables,
into the Excel sheet and then start doing the comparative. Rather today, the fact is CAGPT, go and tell I want to go and do anything in pharma sector, do a comparative analysis of the best 5 companies which is into this particular segment. It'll actually give you entire analysis step by step. Furthermore, in certain companies there are different kind of disclosures which are made. Now those disclosure, if I have to go and think which company would have given that disclosure, I need to put in so much of time and energy. But today you just say that related party transactions, how it has been reported in different companies. It is actually going to put forward all those things. When you talk about Caro reporting, so member in industry today who was otherwise involved in doing lot of analytics for their own companies is now cut down to a level where, right, cut down to a level where I just have to go and prompt, ask the information, and the information is available. Finally, your area of interest, which is students. Now, CAGPT for students is made in such form that the entire study material, RTPs, suggested answers, past examination question, past examination suggested answers, everything is now put into CAGPT student. Okay. This is one part. Now, what is the benefit of this? The student should know about this, right? And I'll talk about the statistics later. But now today, example, I am weak in paper like auditing. I'm not. I got exemption 63 marks I got. So in auditing, when I go and select and I request it to give me a study plan for my auditing paper, the CAGPT actually makes a comparative analysis saying that in last 5 examinations or 5-year examinations, these are the question chapter wise which are being asked. This is the weightage which has been given by the institute, and this is how much time you will take for studying this particular thing, and make my entire study plan and give it to me in my hand. This is a reality. I'm not joking. We are further going ahead with some more interesting development where if a student writes an exam, God forbid he fails, the question paper is there, suggested answers are there. A student can actually call for his answer sheet, right? I'll take the answer sheet attached to the CAGPT, right? And then I'll say, kindly give me the suggestions what mistakes I made.
Okay.
And it is going to do a comparative analysis saying that in question number 1 you have done perfectly right, you got full marks. Question number 2, you did 70% right, 30% was wrong. You next one is uh, question you made these kind of mistakes, and finally it will give you outcome saying that these are the areas you need to focus in your next examination. Go
My
well
God.
and prepare well. So now tell me where is the issue which is there. So I gave you member in industry, member in practice, and the student. Just imagine the quality of students because the focus will be very clear.
Very clear.
How I need to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
By making mistakes is not worth. Matlab, okay, you need to do mistakes. I don't say that.
Mm.
But the point is, how do you do it? Did I make mistakes? What kind of mistakes I made? And let that learning be there for me.
So immediate. So basically, what if I have to summarize it? Chat CAGPT will help everybody cut down on their non-value add activities.
Yes.
And be able to focus on the core value add activities, either it be students or it be industry professionals or it be practicing professionals.
That's
So
true.
that is the crux of the matter. And on the student part, sir, I think we will do a separate podcast because this is very interesting, and I'm sure thousands of students would be more keen to understand exactly what features are available and what more are to come. So thanks for shining some light on that. But now moving on, sir, this is what is existing. Now, say as a central council member or even as a professional who has been in this profession for a lot of time now, what is your vision for the future of this profession, especially with the kind of competition that we have from other professional bodies, the global professional bodies, because students nowadays also evaluate their options. So, as a chartered accountant or as a aspiring chartered accountant, what is it that I should be looking forward to, say from visionaries like you, who will then be, leading us in a lot of areas?
Very, very nice question, Aryan. Because see, this is something which is hitting my mind on a continuous basis after spending 6 years at the council.
Hmm.
And this term, final term, which is there for me, is on a different focus altogether. Now, first and the foremost, we all know that. Mind you, last podcast I was saying that we are second largest accounting
Yes.
body. Now we are the first largest accounting body in the world. Point number 1.
Okay.
Point number 2, you asked me certain other questions where I can tell you for the students, we are actually got approval from Ministry of Corporate Affairs already that we can make country specific curriculum.
Acha.
This
Oh.
is something I don't know how many of the people know, that we have got approval for making country specific curriculum. That means if I am in Singapore, I can make syllabus for Singapore.
Mhm.
I can make UK syllabus. I can make US syllabus.
Okay.
Now it can be a CA India Chartered Accountant.
Hmm.
As simple as that. Like many others are doing other courses. Similarly, the students of those respective countries can also do India Chartered
Chartered
Accountancy. Now, a lot of people who are living in abroad, a lot of chartered accountants, 50,000 plus chartered accountants are living abroad. Now, their children, they want them to be a chartered accountant. Now, example, if a person is living in Dubai, so that person, to give him an exposure of income tax of India, GST of India, or corporate law of India is not possible.
Hmm.
That guy will not be able to understand anything. So what we are making is VAT of Dubai,
Hmm.
right? Corporate tax of Dubai and corporate law of Dubai will be the syllabus apart from what we have on the international footing.
Okay.
Similar is the case with all others. So we have already got the approval from the government of India on this particular matter. We are yet to start the work on this, and let me tell you, lot of international chapters which are there at ICAI. Every committee member and every person who is living internationally, right, is actually willing to do what support they want to do.
Hmm.
So we need to march towards making CA profession an international profession. Though indirectly it is there because across the globe we are being accepted. So this you can understand one point. The second point which is important is the articleship of every member, every student is very critical. And if you see in the current syllabus, we have done it very intelligently, pre-articles and post-articles, right?
Hmm.
You have gone through articleship, I have gone through articleship. We clear one group and then we write again, we fail, again exam leave, this leave, that leave. So 2.5 years is just gone in that. Now what we are saying is complete your intermediate before articleship, 2 years dedicated focus on articleship. That means I will complete 2 cycles of income tax
Hmm.
audit. 2 cycles of bank audit, 2 cycles of statutory audit, 2 cycles of GST work, or any area which we are going to do. Now, after this completion of articles, after 6 months, you need to do your final examination. So, just imagine the skill which is required for a chartered accountant student is very clearly put forward in a systematic manner. So, this article will focus on primarily development of skill and getting the right experience. Otherwise, हर 6 महीने में एग्जाम लिखता है, then again he has to go back, again he has to go for morning class, evening class. Their mind is totally divided today, whether I should pass first or take experience first. So now the point is, you pass, take experience, and then you pass. Just imagine if it is my own child, what will I do? Will I be greedy about an article that should be there in my office, or I want my child to actually have right education, implement that education, and experience in the final examination? So this was a thought with which we made. So just imagine what evolution is coming in. Finally, information technology paper was removed. Everyone told that, asked me specific question that you are an IT guy, how come you are doing it? I told very clearly, income tax and information technology, GST and information technology, corporate law, information technology, financial reporting and information technology, valuations and information technology. That means if I teach a student which is subject specific technology, the acceptance for that student is very high, and that experience will be useful for them. True. So this is how we are evolving, and I personally feel that once this new breed of chartered accountants are going to come out in the market, the demand undoubtedly is going to go high because of all these experiences. And we have the self-paced learning modules, which is having 10 options which are given in set C and 4 options which are given in set D. So today a choice is by anyone, whatever you want to do. But the most important thing for all the people who are going to watch this video, please understand, chartered accountancy course to pass CA is tough, no doubt. But after passing, we have to now start thinking on specializations. I want to go in forensic, I want to go in system audit, I want to go in international taxation, I want to go in corporate law. So now what you are talking about, the vision for me, right, is going to be towards specializations for chartered accountants. And today, our chartered accountants are capable of doing any specialization. Just example I'll give you. 82 years old person attended the AI certification course. Achha. And he called me and said that I want to be a faculty of AI.
Wow. Okay.
So that means a chartered accountant is like a sponge, can absorb anything at any given point in time.
Yeah.
So you just imagine, where do we head towards?
It's so nice to hear the broadness of the vision that you just shared, and of course I'm sure you have 100 other things planned, but these must be the key points that you had to share. And really nice to know that we are trying to expand it and make it a little more internationally accepted course, although it is already, no doubt about it, but then with those country specific.
Arihant, one more point which I missed out is, see, all the people who have qualified in last 75 years, all of us wrote same 8 papers in examination. It was not that, for a Hyderabad person, there are different 8 papers, Bombay different 8 papers, Chirala different 8 papers, Karimnagar different 8 papers, or might be, other parts of Kashmir, they are different 8 papers. So on the date of passing, we are all equal. Only thing is, what is happening post passing, we are not realizing one fact that, we all wrote the same 8 papers. There is nothing different. Little bit of exposure is different. And that exposure we really can imbibe. So one more point of vision statement is, how do we get that exposure for our members is one important point which I am going to work on in this term.
Excellent. No, that's great to know. And yes, of course, the entire new syllabus, the structure, I think that was very well appreciated and accepted by the students, and also at least teachers alike, that it's a step in the right direction, where you have very clearly called out what is pre-articleship period, then focus on articles, and then post-articleship period. Because yes, as you rightly said, a lot of students face this challenge that exam work, and they never got that momentum, and they never got that clarity of work that they should gain the expertise.
Right.
So I think it's positive to see that you are also, or say the institute is putting themselves in the shoes of the students or fresher chartered accountants and actually seeing what the problems are and trying to solve them out. So my last question to you will be, you have had a successful career, you have produced a lot of successful chartered accountants through your organization, through your firm. I know many of them who are at the top of their game in the industry who have done articleship from your firm. What is your 2 cents? What is your thought process or guidance that you would like to give to CA students, especially fresher chartered accountants who still are a little confused? What direction should I take? Whether I have made the right choices? How will I grow my career? How will I achieve my dreams? You have done a lot of it and helped people do it. So, what is your guidance to all of us?
See, one most important thing which I realize across the board, which I am traveling from last 6 years, is somewhere we need to feel that we are chartered accountants,
Mm,
and I'm a chartered accountant student. The logic is very simple. Till the time I don't feel what I am, I cannot walk the same style what I need to do. Lot of people pass their CA examination and they are still thinking what I need to do.
mm,
My humble request to each one of you is, we have a beautiful legacy of 75 years. And in this legacy, there are a lot of senior chartered accountants who have put in their best into practice, their best into industry, their best into business. My humble request to all those young chartered accountants, I am telling you, all people with folded hand, that you all young chartered accountants or aspiring to be chartered accountants, please go and meet those senior people. At least in a month, one, quarter, one, half year, one, yearly, one, at least.
mm,
Because their experiences have been different. They have seen industries going. You go back to 75 years, Arihant,
mm,
wherever India was and where India is. Can anyone teach you this gap? But these people, within half an hour time, will be able to feed you with so much of information. See, passing CA is not enough. Please understand. The storytelling done by our senior members, you will understand more. That is my experience. And whatever I am today, it's because of that storytellings which I have heard from so many people. I can name tens of such people who have been directly and indirectly for mentors for me.
mm.
And the most important for all youngsters is, make one mentor for yourself. At least one mentor who can guide you, handhold you, navigate you towards the path in which you want to move forward, so that what I dream, I achieve. The other day, I met one young chartered accountant. He said, fantastic statement, which I would like to put before you all because it is a big learning for me. I didn't just imagine what the statement he made is, every day morning I get up, sir, I have a dream,
Mm.
but I go for lunch, come back at night, sleep. But I am not able to understand whether I achieved my dream or not. So, how do I work towards it? Might be one time later, might be in the next podcast with you, we'll talk about how these dreams are achievable.
Yes.
Because, see, my only thing is, a remotest place in India has produced chartered accountants. Out of 19,000 pin codes in India, 17,000 pin codes, we have CA students. And just don't hesitate or bother to knock a door of a senior member and tell, look, I need some guidance from you. Kindly provide. If my parent is not a chartered accountant, I have tens of people. यार कौन सा ऐसा प्रोफेशन है बताओ where they are being paid, we pay to breed our competition. You actually are doing that, right?
True.
You are paying stipend
Right.
and actually creating your own competition for you for the future.
Yeah.
Which profession is that? This only chartered accountancy profession, which is always in the sad times of clients, we are always with them. If they forget us during their A times, good times, we are okay
We
with
are
it,
okay with it.
right?
Right.
So the profession CA, I think The more I got into profession, the more I started loving my profession. And I think it is not going to stop. The love is going to go one sided all throughout.
That's excellent, sir. Always, even in short spans that I meet you, there's so much to learn. And more than learning, I think it is sir's positivity that rubs on to you, because when you sit with him, it feels that, okay, what you can achieve is much beyond what you have already done, and there is no boundary to your thought and to what you can do.
Bilkul. And there are so many CFOs I have been talking, very senior CFOs now in industry. Can you imagine, Aryan? Just friends, one more last statement. I'm sorry, I'm just excited on always sharing positivity with people. Thanks for recognizing this. Some CFOs who have come from a remotest place today, today they are CFOs.
Mm,
But when they came into Hyderabad or went to Bombay, any place that matter, they have come from a very small village, city, town,
mm.
and today because of their dedication, today they are the top position, CEOs, CFOs. So if they can achieve, I think we all can achieve. Yeah. And that time they didn't have the wherewithal. We have the wherewithal. We have
Correct.
CAGPT.
Correct. That is a fantastic closing statement, sir. With that, I will not just thank you for giving your valuable time, but also wish you all the best for the upcoming elections.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure that we will see you succeed. But elections is just one part. I just wish that once you are back to the Central Council, you will do much more than what you have done in the last 6 years, and
Yes.
then not only leave a everlasting legacy for yourself, but also change drastically how students and chartered accountants perceive the course, and also have greater opportunities in the future.
Nahin, I think thanks to my president who gave me an opportunity to drive this AI committee. This AI committee gave me a bigger vision. I
Mhm.
can put it this way: from the student to the senior most member, I could touch their hearts. I think that is the biggest gain which I have got, and I promise you and promise you all that next 4 years are not going to be simple. It's going to be very interesting. With you, I'll also grow. Thank you all.
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वाचिंग गाइस. शेयर कीजिएगा इस वीडियो को अगर आपको सर का जो विजन या थॉट प्रोसेस है वो समझ में आया हो, पसंद आया हो, इफ यू हैव बीन एबल टू अलाइन विद इट. और कुछ भी क्वेरीज है तो कमेंट्स में भी आप शेयर कीजिएगा. वी विल रीड इट सो दैट नेक्स्ट टाइम वी स्पीक we know what exactly all of you are thinking, and we will be able to design it in that way. But thank you once again so much, sir. Wish you
Thank you
all the
very much.
best.
Thank you,
Bye.
Arvind.